Hey class, so this little bit is going to be about sends, setting them up and using them as pre-fader to get an in another room effect. So I'm going to create two instruments for this and we'll make one of them sound like it's outside. So the first thing I'm going to do, seeing it's Halloween, I think I'm going to do something fun and a little creepy. So I'm going to pull out oops, I pressed the wrong button. Harpsichord. Yeah, I like harpsichords. So there's a good one. There's a pretty good one in here. Keyboard instruments, harpsichord. Great. It's got its own reverb, which I'm going to turn it down. I'll leave a little bit. Okay, great. So I'm going to record a little bit of harpsichord like this. Actually, I'm going to turn off my click. Okay, now I'm going to include one other instrument, and that is going to be this awesome operatic singing voice I found in Evolve library. This one is under, you can get this one, tonality and effects, melodic, vocals, vocal fem, opera melodic. I guess that stands for. Yeah, this is great. So I'm going to record this one. Here it goes. Cool. So now we have the sound, the two sounds. I'm going to hit X for my my mixer, and we can see on channel 1 is harpsichord and vox. So now I'm going to try to I'm going to set up a send. Best way to do that is to here on this mixer panel. First let's send the harpsichord. So bus 1 sends it right here. I'm going to set up a reverb. Let's go to, sorry, this is out of your window, I can tell. Let's try that. Where was I? Yeah. Reverb, space designer, stereo. I'm going to turn the wet up to 0. And I'm going to choose a large plate, sort of a dark plate. I'm just going to go with big plate. Those are nice. Okay, let's shut that. So now, let's have a listen to what that sounds like. So now what we're going to do is try to make it sound like it's in another room. To do that, I'm going to click here and hold down. That gives me this drop down. I'm going to come down here and hit pre-fader. So now, let me just explain. If it was on post fader, what that means is the amount of send that goes out comes after this fader. So if I turn this down, then the amount of send is going less. Whereas if I put pre-fader, which is now, okay, there we go. That amount will remain the same, irrespective of this fader. So as I turn down my local close sound, we'll continue to hear the outside sound. Great, so that's close and that's far away. I'm going to set up a send on our lovely opera voice. Same thing. I'm also going to make it pre-fader. I'm going to turn it up. So now imagine we're in a film. We're with the singer, but there's a pianist, a harpsichordist outside. And so we're going to hear from her point of view. Let me do that one more time. Do that one more time. Okay, now we're going to switch it. Now by holding down Alt and clicking on a fader, I can return it to 0, like that. But this time what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn up the pre-fader on the vocalist and turn down the direct. So now she is outside. Pretty cool. So that was from the pianist's point of view. Now, they're both outside, and we, the observer, are in a room somewhere, in a castle, trying to go to sleep, while our neighbors are practicing out in the lobby. So I want to show you one extra last thing here that's super cool. When you're mixing a lot of sends, there's a way to assign your send control down to your faders. And I'll show you how to do that. What you do is, if you alt-click on one of these, you get a drop down. And at the very bottom, you see sends on faders. I'm going to hit that. Now, my send amounts are down here. So that can be very useful when you're doing your final mixing. When you want to adjust send amounts, you get a much bigger way to see it. All right, that's all for today. I'm going to do another one in a bit. I hope this has been helpful.